Literature circles are basically book clubs. As you know, people getting together to discuss what they are reading is an activity that's been around for a long time. As early as 450 BC, Socrates gathered young people together for such discussions, and Benjamin Franklin's Leather Apron Club began with the question, "Have you met with anything in the author you last read, remarkable or suitable to be communicated to the junto?" From 1907 to the 1930s, Virginia Woolf and E.M. Forster were members of a book club called the Bloomsbury Club, and their writings and correspondence are still read today. Most recently, Oprah Winfrey led an international book club that met from 1996 to 2011 when her daytime television show ended. These naturally occurring book groups were the inspiration for literature circles. The literature circle as a teaching approach was pioneered by Harvey Daniels, aka Smokey, in the mid-1990s. He, along with other educators, wanted to replicate the structures of adult reading groups to classroom instruction. He published his first book, Literature Circles, Voice and Choice in the Student-Centered Classroom in 1994. This book provided guidelines for literature circles that teachers continue to use in their classrooms today. Literature circles include the following characteristics as described by Harvey Daniels in the 2002 edition of his book. Literature circles are small, peer-led discussion groups whose members have chosen to read the same story, poem, article, or book. While reading each group-assigned portion of the text, members make notes to help them contribute to the upcoming discussion, and everyone comes to the group with ideas to share. Each group follows a reading and meeting schedule, holding periodic discussions on the way through the book. When they finish a book, the circle members may share highlights of their reading with the wider community. Then they trade members with other finishing groups, select more reading, and move into a new cycle. That's quite a bit to unpack, so let's break that down into its components. Literature circle groups are small and usually based on student choice. Literature circle groups are usually made up of 3 to 5 students. Students often select their own literature from a classroom collection. Many teachers maintain a library of chapter and picture book sets of 5 copies of each book. Students select one book at a time for their literature circle choice, and groups are formed based on book choices. For example, if 5 students decide they'd like to read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they join to make that the focus of their group for the duration of the circle meetings. Literature circle groups are peer-led. At the beginning of the year, teachers may lead one classroom-sized literature circle group to model literature circle roles. But after students understand literature circle procedures, rules, and roles, the groups are led by the students. Teachers usually walk around and observe the groups. Teachers may view their role during literature circle time differently. Some step into groups and join the discussion, and some stay outside the group and watch. Some allow groups to meet without their oversight, using that time to provide guided instruction to students who are not meeting in literature circles. Much depends on the teacher, the developmental abilities of the group, and the classroom social dynamics. Groups meet regularly and have assignments to complete in preparation for their literature circle meetings. All members prepare for literature circles by reading their book and making notes to discuss when they meet again. Members are literally on the same page, meaning they read the same pages in the book to prepare, and it is understood that if someone reads ahead because they just can't help themselves, enact "I completely understand" if I'm enjoying a book, that person cannot be a spoiler. Students must prepare for roles or jobs to fulfill in each meeting. When they meet in literature circles, they need to perform the duties of their jobs. These jobs will be discussed later. Groups share highlights from the book. When a literature circle completes a book, they may prepare a presentation to inspire others to choose their book for the next round of circles. Students may choose from many different types of presentations, but are usually instructed to only give their audience a taste of the book. Again, no spoilers. Once all the presentations are finished, they start another round of literature circles, and students choose different books, often meeting with different peers. About those jobs, each person in the literature circle has a different role to play. In my classroom, those were based on Daniel's book. They included discussion director, who prepared questions to ask the group. In my class, These needed to be open questions that led to rich discussion and citations from the book to support answers. Passage masters selected their favorite passage from the reading. This could include rich descriptions, riveting dialogue, or pivotal moments in the plot. Word wizards selected 3 words they found interesting. Students in the group found these words in the text and wrote them in their dictionaries for later use. Artful artists created a picture that captured an event in the reading. When they shared their pictures, they discussed why they selected this event to draw. The connector made a connection from the text to an event or another text. At the beginning of the year, teachers may provide graphic organizers called roll sheets to help guide students through their responsibilities. Once comfortable with rolls, Harvey Daniels recommends moving away from roll sheets and encouraging students to prepare in a journal or on post-it notes placed on the text. Many Literature Circle resources exist online to help teachers guide students through their Literature Circle roles. It is recommended teachers scaffold their Literature Circle instruction, gradually releasing responsibility from teacher modeling and leading with the use of roll sheets to less structured, more spontaneous book groups that function more like natural discussions. According to research, Literature Circles have been found to be an effective strategy for students of diverse learning abilities and backgrounds. Its structure fosters open communication, mutual respect, and interdependent roles. Struggling readers benefit from circles because they provide opportunities for self-efficacy. Furthermore, Literature Circles in teacher preparation classes may encourage greater dialogue on issues surrounding students and diversity. Lucy Calkins, in her book, Pathways to the Common Core, recommends the use of Literature Circles to meet Common Core state standards in speaking and listening, specifically in the anchor standards regarding comprehension and collaboration and presentation of knowledge and ideas. Many classrooms implement Literature Circles. As a result, there exists online a plethora of resources for classroom teachers at every grade level, elementary, middle, and high. These include roll sheets, classroom calendars and schedules, roll cards, and assessment rubrics.